All right, y'all, we are back with another video. And before we start, please put prayers for Donald Trump in the comment section down below. And it brings me to this video right here where Donald Trump was talking about the Carrol case. All of a sudden now they bringing it back, putting them back in the courtroom for this crap. We all know that this woman is a liar. She was comparing everything that she so-called said happened to something that was on Law and Order. The woman said she don't remember nothing, don't remember the year, don't remember anything, and was awarded $83 million. It just don't make any sense at all. And I mean, Donald Trump has been disrespected by this judge because this judge is on Carrol's side. All of these people are just trying to get money out of Donald Trump. So Donald Trump did an emergency press conference today where he kind of like unfolded everything, and y'all have to see what one of his lawyers said. Alina Hobblehead spoke today, and Donald Trump spoke on it. But this last lawyer, he absolutely broke everything down about Carrol. And I'm telling y'all now, she ain't getting a dime of Donald Trump's money. She ain't getting anything. But I want y'all to see this clip. So like I said, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. Now I'm gonna let y'all watch the entire clip, and then I'll come back towards the end to give y'all my final thoughts. You're gonna see Donald Trump talking first, then Alina Hobble, and then Donald Trump's last lawyer. I mean, he just absolutely broke everything down. And I want y'all to please stay to the end so y'all can hear everything. I'm not going to pause. I'm going to let the entire video play. Let me know in the comment section that you did watch the entire video. And without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and dive straight into it. Go.
But it all goes back to the DOJ because we had a trial today. It's an appeal of a ridiculous verdict of a woman I have never met. I don't know. I have no idea who she is. She wrote a book and she made a ridiculous story up. She put it in her book, and we're now appealing the decision. We had an extremely hostile judge appointed by Clinton, very good friends of Clinton. I guess he presided over the marriage ceremony of one of the lawyers on the case against us. And it's very sad. Judge Lewis Kaplan, angry man. He was so angry. I went to the trial. I've been in a lot of litigation over the years. I've never seen such anger, or wanted to throw one of our attorneys in jail, who threatened her with jail. Nobody's ever seen anything like it over nothing. I've never seen such anger, but all of our judges, I mean, we had a brilliant judge, and I think a very fair judge in Florida. I think we have another judge who's very fair. I just ask for fair. I don't want anything different from anybody else. I just ask for fairness. We have another judge or a couple of judges that I think are fair. But then we have other judges that I think the whole thing is, I think the system is a disgrace.
Good afternoon. I've done this one too many times, actually too many times for the last 3.5 years while President Trump has been trying to fight to get this country back. And I want to speak to the American women, and I want to speak to the people that need to get out and vote on November 5th. I have sat with President Trump for years now while he has been targeted with lies and with judges, AGs, and DAs who have specifically run in this city and others on getting Trump. The Trump administration will fix this problem. We will stop Kamala Harris's regime, because she was there, let's not forget that, and she still is, of using officials from the White House, putting them in DA's offices, in AG's offices, and attacking your political opponent. And this country deserves better than this. We do. We should not be sitting here at a press conference talking about this. We did this in 2016, and every woman had no reports. They come out when it's election time. And as a woman who has stood with President Trump, who has spent extensive time with President Trump and with his beautiful family, I will tell you, that is not President Trump, and I completely am disgusted by what I have seen happen to this person, his family, and the Trump organization that we stand in right now. You must vote Donald Trump back in, because as an attorney, as a woman, as a mother, Our future of this country depends on it, and we need to stop this from happening. The DOJ is supposed to help our country and protect us, not attack us, because you cannot win in the polls. Thank you.
Good morning, y'all. My name is Will Scharf. I'm one of President Trump's attorneys. Today, we presented oral argument before the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in one of two cases brought against President Trump by E. Jean Carroll. Now, it's really important to remember that E. Jean Carroll's story at its heart is an utterly implausible he said, she said story. There is no corroboration for anything she has ever claimed about President Trump. There are no corroborating witnesses. As President Trump alluded to, there is not confirmatory DNA. No police report was filed at the time of this alleged incident. She was unable to identify when this incident occurred until quite recently. No surveillance evidence or witnesses have ever been found or come forward confirming any aspect of E. Jean Carroll's story. In light of that, in light of the utter implausibility of the story that E. Jean Carroll was attempting to sell to the jury in this case, her attorneys introduced evidence that should have never seen the inside of a courtroom. Utterly insane efforts to introduce propensity witnesses, Jessica Leeds and Natasha Stoynoff, most notably, in an unfair and improper effort to buttress E. Jean Carroll's failed attempt to assault President Trump. Jessica Leeds' story is instructive here. This is a woman who claims that in the middle of a crowded airliner in 1979, President Trump assaulted her. Leeds has never been able to identify where this plane departed from, where it went to, the date of the flight in question, making our efforts to disprove her testimony extremely difficult. Under the federal rules of evidence, this story should have never been allowed to be presented to the jury in this case. The same is true of Natasha Stoynoff's story, which again lacks any indicia of reliability, any sort of credibility, any sort of confirmatory testimony from other witnesses, or anything else that would make you believe that this actually happened. So on the one hand, you have a judge who allowed in this improper propensity evidence that should not have been allowed in. In our view, that polluted the jury's deliberations in this case. That presented a story to the jury of a series of a pattern of conduct that the jury should not have been considering. And we think that absent that propensity evidence, no fair jury could have reached the verdict that was reached in this case. And as a result, we believe that this verdict needs to be overturned. But there's more than that. In addition to this improper propensity evidence, President Trump and his trial team were prevented from cross-examining E. Jean Carroll and other witnesses on crucial issues in particular relating to political coordination and the political motivation behind this entire lawsuit. This is a lawsuit that was instigated in large part by George Conway, a longtime political foe and adversary of President Trump. This is a lawsuit that was funded by Reid Hoffman, a key political ally of the Biden-Harris administration and a major Democrat donor. We were limited in the evidence we were allowed to present at trial about these crucial facts. We were prevented from cross-examining E. Jean Carroll on aspects of that dynamic that underlies this entire lawsuit. And that, too, unfairly corrupted the jury's deliberations in this case and requires reversal of the jury verdict. I think this political coordination point is particularly important, though. It's important to emphasize because what we have seen in the last few years is a weaponization by the Biden administration and by their political allies of our legal system and of our courts to unlawfully, unconstitutionally interfere with President Trump's core First Amendment right to run for president. That is a right guaranteed to him by the Constitution. That is the right that his political opponents are attempting to strip away from him. We have seen this in case after case after case where unfair political motives have underlay what should be serious legal proceedings. And I think when you look at this situation in toto, when you look at what the left, when you look at what the Biden-Harris administration is attempting to do to President Trump, this is insane. This is an absolute abuse of our legal system. It's an absolute abuse of the rule of law. It should be deeply offensive, not just to political supporters of President Trump, but to each and every American. With respect to today's appeal, we are hopeful that the Second Circuit understands what's at stake here. We are hopeful that the Second Circuit understands what occurred during this trial. which was an improper use of evidence to buttress E. Jean Carroll's entirely meritless claims on the one hand, and an improper exclusion of evidence that would have informed the jury about the true motivation behind this lawsuit and that we believe would have resulted in a very different verdict.
Well, there you go right there. As you can see, man, this right here is just wrong. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden has a lot to do with this. They is behind all of this. The DOJ, they are behind all of this, trying to take Donald Trump down, trying to make him look bad so that they hopeful that it's going to turn voters away from voting for Donald Trump and vote for Kamala Harris. This right here is just wrong. How can you award somebody $83 million who claim they don't remember anything? They don't remember when it happened or where it was at or whatever the case may be. The woman says she don't remember anything, but all of a sudden she get awarded $83 million for not remembering anything. There's no surveillance footage. There's no footage. There's no witnesses. There's nobody to confirm her story. It just he say, she say. So how can this woman just go into a courthouse and say this person did something to me without showing any evidence? Don't remember what, then she says she don't remember what year it was. Don't remember anything. Don't remember anything and get awarded $83 million. And this woman is running around on TV shows on MSNBC offering people money, talking about when I get this money from Donald Trump, I'm going to buy you some. I'm going to buy you some. The same woman that said getting R-word is sexy. What kind of person says something like that? She literally say being R-worded is a sexy thing. But we should believe what coming out of her mouth? It just don't make sense. And then you got this crooked judge that allow E. Jean Carroll to bring anything in the courtroom to try to make her case look good. But Donald Trump couldn't bring anything, couldn't bring nobody. That's the way they are trying to do it. The same judge who didn't even want Donald Trump to go to his mother-in-law's funeral. The same judge. So hopefully this crap get thrown out because Donald Trump said he did say that he should be the one suing her. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Donald Trump win this case. He's going to turn the tables. He already said it. He's going to turn the tables and he's going to sue E. Jean Carroll for this defamation, going around telling folks I did this to you. Now you got people calling me these type of names knowing I don't know you, ma'am. I do not know you. You wanted to sell a book, and for you to sell your book, you wanted to say somebody as if like Donald Trump did something to you. It just don't make sense at all. What about that woman that came out and said Joe Biden did something to her? They ain't going after Joe Biden. CNN ain't talking about that. It's a woman that said that Joe Biden did something to her, but they won't even talk about it. They won't even cover it. But they'll listen to every single lie that somebody say about Donald Trump and try to run with it. Why? Because he's winning in the polls, and they're trying to do whatever it takes to make him look bad. They think it's going to turn voters against him. And it's not going to work. We're going to stay by Donald Trump's side, whether they like it or not, because we know they are lying on this man because he's winning in the polls, and he's going to continue to keep winning in the polls. If we want to make America great again, we must elect Donald J. Trump. And that's where I stand. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.